He ordered 3 glasses. We ordered 3 glasses. That's the German 3.
This sequence in the bar is over 15 minutes long, and you can't take your eyes off it for 1 second. The building of tension and the eventual climax is an excellent example of a suspense-filled Tarantino scene. Inglorious Basterds is full of these amazing sequences, from start to end, but this movie almost wasn't made.
This movie, how long did it take you to write it?
I came up with the idea about 10 years ago.
This movie meant everything to me. Look, this is either going to be right on or ain't going to be on at all.
There is so much in this person's mind, and he gets so much of it onto the page.
Quentin Tarantino was obsessed with creating the perfect movie from his perfect script. So much so that he would have rather not made the movie than make something that wasn't true to what was in his mind.
This movie meant everything to me. There was also something very liberating about knowing you wanted it exactly the way it had to be, and you would walk away from it rather than make a compromise.
One of the biggest problems faced by Quentin when making this movie was choosing the right actor to play Hans Landa.
I'm aware enough to know one of my best creations I've ever written. When I wrote that script, I just knew that Landa was one of them. And every scene he does is some version of an interrogation, and every piece of interrogation is a piece of theater.
One of the things about the character is the fact that he's a linguistic genius. It is just simply one of the aspects about the character.
La vedete ammirata da tutti noi, questa gemma proprio della nostra cultura, saranno naturalmente accolti sotto la mia protezione per la durata.
Whatever actor I cast to play this has to be as much of a linguistic genius as Landa is.
Well, the thing about language, for example, this guy speaks several languages, and I think, Quentin, being a poet,
Yes.
uses language to create. So this character does the same thing.
The actor who would play Landa had to be perfect.
I started casting actors in Germany, and I wasn't finding anybody who quite had everything that I needed 100%. And I literally had a moment where I didn't think I was going to find it. And I called the producers and said, look, if we can't find the right Landa, I'd rather just publish this script and do something else. This was Monday. And so I go, if we don't find him, I'm pulling the plug on Thursday. And we're just going to publish the script, and that's going to be it.
At the time, it seemed that no one was good enough to play Hans Landa. But little did Quentin know, he was about to meet one of the most brilliant actors ever.
I can just tell you the day that Christoph came, walked in the room, sat down, and read 2 scenes. I remember thinking, and Lawrence was sitting right next to me, and go, we're making a movie.
Quentin found the perfect cast: Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Diane Kruger, and many other talented actors were ready to make the movie. But now he had to make sure that everything else was pixel perfect.
Quentin's conviction is forward. The zest and the gusto and the curiosity is without parallel.
When it comes to the actual writing of the piece, where it really becomes what it's going to become, it's about character. And the dialogue just comes out of the character.
Gourlami.
Tarantino's movies have exceptional dialogue, and he's able to build tension so well, and the payoffs are incredibly rewarding. This scene is a perfect example. The troops want to get on with the mission, the tension continues to build, and the audience is heavily invested. At the climax, there was no cheap way of divulging the true identities. This was such a subtle detail that gave them away, and that is the purest form of attention to detail in a screenplay. The audience is waiting for a payoff, and they get one that does not disappoint. And there are so many little details that add even more wonder to the movies.
Like, for instance, Brad Pitt's character, Aldo Rain, has a rope burn
Exactly.
around his neck. I like the idea that if you contemplate why there is a rope burn there, and somebody else contemplates why there is a rope burn there, and somebody else contemplates it, and 3 different people come up with 3 different reasons why he got a rope burn, those are 3 different movies you all saw. And I like that idea. I like the idea that you open up the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and I don't tell you what's in there, but it's up to you to figure out what's in there, and now that's your movie. movie.
He does the same thing with the title of this movie. Why is Bastards spelled with an E?
Here's the thing. I'm never going to explain that. You know, when you do an artistic flourish like that, to describe it, to explain it, is just take the piss out of it and invalidate the whole stroke in the first place. You know, Basquiat takes a letter L from a hotel room door and sticks it on his painting. If he describes why he did it, he might as well not have done it at all. So, there you go. That's my answer.
Quentin Tarantino is without doubt one of the most talented filmmakers of all time. As an audience member, you love watching and enjoying his movies. And as a filmmaker, dissecting them allows you to learn a lot. What is your favorite Tarantino movie? I'll save mine for another video, but whatever your favorite is, you can't deny that Inglorious Basterds is a timeless masterpiece.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
Parties.
But hands down. Literally.
See, he's a sweet guy.